All right, those are large numbers of Indians who are speaking to India today. Exclusive ground reports coming in as Trump is on his way to victory. I'm going to take you through all the states that has already declared its results and those that are awaiting at this point, clearly showing signs of Trump taking it away to become the next president of America. North Carolina, if I could take you through, starting with a swing state, Trump has won, and that declaration has already been announced. And then you have Arizona, where Trump is set to be leading. Next, you have Georgia, where Trump has already won, and these are very important states. As we see Michigan, on the other hand, where Trump again has managed to lead so far. There's no result that's been announced, but he's leading there. Nevada, on the other hand, the results are yet to be announced. Pennsylvania, a very strong, big swing state. Trump is set to be leading. In fact, we hear now that Trump has managed to win Pennsylvania. And also Wisconsin, where Trump is currently leading. So these are the 7 swing states that really act as a decider. In fact, the election itself was hinging on these 7 swing states. So Trump wins the biggest swing state of Pennsylvania. That's the latest we have. While Elon Musk hailing his victory, Donald Trump clinching 3 key states. So it's important to see here that the biggest supporter and the man who's really been through thick and thin with Donald Trump is Elon Musk. Tesla CEO, he hails Trump's win in Pennsylvania. Musk says, soon you'll be free to build America. America is a nation of builders. Musk putting out this post there in support of Donald Trump, saying America is a nation of builders. Soon you will be free to build America. Donald Trump now eyeing all those battle states, the battleground states, the 7 key states, and he manages to win 3 of them. And that's a big, big win for him already. That really clearly indicates that Donald Trump at this point is on his way to victory. Elon Musk putting out that post itself, man who's really supported Donald Trump through and through, has now put out this post in confidence, almost likely that he too understands, soaking in that Donald Trump has managed to win this presidential race, a real historic one for Donald Trump indeed. For the Republicans itself, this may have been a real neck-and-neck fight, but from what we see, the results as we come closer to the end here is showing how Trump is really leaps ahead. It wasn't a real neck-and-neck fight. At least from the numbers that we have here, this clearly shows Trump in big lead. The fact that he's managed to win Pennsylvania is a big indicator that this wasn't really a close election. Trump, of course, promised to ensure that he ends illegal immigration. That was one of his strongest calls, as he asked for Americans to stay united and ensure that he cuts down on immigration and illegal immigration, put a hard stop to it. Also spoke of trade policy and lowering taxes for America. These 3 key points seem to have really worked in favor of Donald Trump. And as for India, of course, Donald Trump is seen as India's friend. He's more often than not called Modi, his very close friend. At any given opportunity, would hail India, would hail the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. There were pujas that were carried out for Donald Trump in India extensively by some of the priests in India who prayed for his victory. And it appears that Donald Trump has really managed to clinch it. He's eyeing the 7 battleground states, of which the declaration for 3 has already come through. And it appears that he's managed to win the biggest one, and that's Pennsylvania. This is, of course, a big disappointment for Kamala Harris, a last-minute pick for the Democrats. It was Joe Biden all the way until the fag end when the Democrats made that hard decision to push Vice President Kamala Harris in the running. Of course, Donald Trump, with his age and health issues, it was a last-minute decision for him to drop out. Could that have been a factor here for the Democrats to lose out on their key votes, these last-minute votes? Only time will tell, and maybe further deliberations into what led to the Democrats' loss here were established. But for now, it appears that the promises Donald Trump made to the people of America, be it anti-immigration, stronger trade policy, and lowering taxes for the country, seems to have really worked in his favor. This is the 7 key battleground states that at this point is in contention. of which it's quite clear here that Donald Trump has managed to win already the three key states, particularly that of Pennsylvania. The latest numbers that we're showing for you here, 2014, that Kamala Harris has managed to win out of the 270, which is the majority mark there, 247, Donald Trump. So that's really a big gap there, and very unlikely, as we hear from political experts coming from America and our reporters telling us, highly unlikely that Kamala Harris will be able to pick up her numbers to the fag end. Well, this is certainly a big day for America. We are looking at Trump supporters, many Indians largely there, who are celebrating for Donald Trump. And I'm going to quickly bring in Rohit Sharma, our correspondent, who is currently joining us live with, if Rohit, if you could hear me, are you right near the White House? Give us your location. Tell us a little more about the pulse on the ground with Trump nearing victory.
I could not hear you, Nabila, for some reason. But I think, hello?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Nabila, I couldn't hear you, but look, it is a comeback for the ages. You know, Donald Trump, remember, he's been impeached twice. He has 91 criminal indictments. He's been convicted for 35 of them. He had all these court cases. His first term, wasn't as smooth as people expected it to be. But for him, and he never stopped running after he lost that election in 2020. He always said he was going to come back to the White House. He ran a primary campaign, a very unconventional primary campaign where he did not go and debate any of his primary competitors. He went to a debate with President Biden and literally obliterated President Biden in that debate. And then after that, after Kamala came into the race, she was leading in the polls. And then he kept a very disciplined message throughout his campaign. He made sure that he stayed on his message. And what was his message, Nabila? At the end of the day, what he was telling Americans was, were you better off 4 years ago? And that message of economy, that message of jobs, inflation, food prices, open border policy, immigration, all of that has resonated well. Look, there is another stat that has come out. In New York, he's gotten the highest share of vote since Reagan won. So he's made inroads to traditional Democrat voter base and demographics. And I think that speaks volumes about the fact that we're seeing. And look, Pennsylvania, it's the last nail for Harris's campaign. I've personally seen a memo come out from Harris's campaign that they still believe that there's a path for her, but it seems very unlikely. A lot of her people on her campaign were dejected. They're not responding to text messages or call. All they're saying is that we think we have a hope and we can make it happen.
When you say that the Democrats have some last-minute hope, where do those hopes really lie? If you could give us a little sense on what are the states that they still believe could work in their favor.
That Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and maybe even Pennsylvania for them, could turn out like it did for President Biden in 2020. I think they're trying to say that, look, during the 2020 election, President Trump came out and claimed victory. But after all the votes were counted, after everything had happened, it was Joe Biden who was declared the winner in that presidential election. So they are trying to remind people that there is still a mathematical way that this can happen if all the ballots are counted. But it looks very unlikely, given the lead that he is in right now, that Kamala Harris can pull this one off. Again, anything can happen. We should wait. But again, these are not final results, Nabila. These are projections. American elections have always been called on these projections, and the projections right now seems really bad for Kamala Harris.